Today I thought we'd take a look at my Batman the Animated Series action figure collection from DC Collectibles. I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time and today it just felt like the right time to do it, so let me show you exactly what I've got. Okay, so first of all we have Batman on his Batcycle, and I really do like this. I believe McFarlane are releasing a new one with the cell shading, which I'm not a fan of. But if I hadn't have picked this one up originally, I would pick up the McFarlane one because it is that good, and I recommend anyone who hasn't got it to quickly jump on the McFarlane one before it's gone again. It has these little lights at the front and the control panel lights up as well, which really does make it that more appealing. And you've got a light at the back here. Let's just see if I can turn that around. There we go. It is a really nice vehicle and figure, and Batman's obviously got the wide cape, so it looks like it's blowing in the wind, and he's very nicely articulated, so you can sit him on the bike, and he comes with his own like Batman crash helmet, which is very cool. As we move along, we have Harley Quinn statue. This isn't the DC collectible range. This is a statue that I got. Unfortunately, when I was moving house, I did break the smoke effect that was coming out of the gun. I thought I packed it carefully. Obviously I hadn't, but it is still a very nice figure, and I have still got the smoke effect somewhere. All I have to do is put a little bit of glue onto it and it'll be right as rain. Next we have the Batmobile, and just look at those lights. This thing is a thing of beauty. It hardly fits in the shot. It is a beast of a vehicle. Obviously it's to scale with these figures here. It is absolutely amazing, and as you can see, the lights light up at the back as well, and also in the cockpit, if you can see in there. It really is a nice vehicle. Unfortunately, I didn't get the Batwing because at the time I lived in a much smaller house. I didn't even have this on display. I had this in storage. In hindsight, I should have got the Batwing and put that into storage as well, because that has gone up in price quite some bit. I regret that. That's one of my regrets. I'll have it one day. I'll find it at the right price and I'll have it. But as for now, I'm still on the lookout. But look at how nice that is. Really nice. Okay, so the first row is from the Batman the Animated Series, the initial first couple of seasons before we got onto the New Adventures. There will be a few mixed in over on this end. I'm not sure how they got there, but they're there now. So we'll just go in a straight line and we'll see what we've got. So we've got the original Batman, original Robin and Batgirl. Like I said, these are amazing. They look like they've been taken straight from the animated series. I said that a lot on this channel, but I wouldn't buy them if I didn't think they were of that kind of quality, you know. They all come with these stands as well. Later on in the collection, some of the figures started coming without these stands, which is a bit of a pain because they have a tendency to fall over. Here we have Bullock and Commissioner Gordon, which once again look like they've been taken straight from the cartoon. I've given Bullock his trademark donut and his pistol. Commissioner Gordon's got his pistol. And the bat signal in the back I thought looked perfect with Commissioner Gordon. This actually come with two action figures of Batman and Robin, but with cloth capes so they could fit in the Batmobile. Unfortunately, I decided I didn't need these and I sold them, and I regret it to this day. But at least Commissioner Gordon can stand next to the bat signal. As we move along, we've got Joker, we've got Mr. Freeze, the best version, and we've got the Mad Hatter. As we move along, we've got Bane and the original Scarecrow as well. Like I said, the original versions are my favourite, absolutely, and I think Bane just looks amazing. There are a few of these figures in these collections which are my favourite hands down, and they tend to be these more obscure characters from the series like Bane and Scarecrow, and I really like Mr. Freeze. As we go a little bit further, we've got Joker here from the New Adventures of Batman. I'm not sure how we got onto the shelf, but there we go. We've got Two-Face and we've got Catwoman. Like I said, they look just like they've been pulled from the animated series. Next up, we've got the Penguin, the Ventriloquist and Poison Ivy. Ventriloquist and Penguin are probably, actually Poison Ivy as well, they are some of my favourites from the Rogues Gallery in this figure format. Especially this one, I really do like that. And here we have the Grey Ghost, who was voiced by Adam West in the animated series, which was a nice touch because the Grey Ghost was Batman's hero as a child. So to make Batman's hero Adam West,
I thought was a beautiful touch. We have Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul. I believe the actor who voiced Ra's al Ghul died a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, his name escapes me. It's on the tip of my tongue. I will put it on the screen after I film this. Here we have Clayface, which is a very impressive figure. He also comes with interchangeable arms, where you can have like different weapons, like an axe and a ball and chain, I believe. Batgirl from the New Adventures of Batman. Not one of my favourites. I do much prefer this one, but you've got to have it in your collection if you're a fan of the series. And then we have Killer Croc, once again, one of my favourite versions from Batman the Animated Series. Moving along, we have the Phantasm from Mask of the Phantasm. Not essentially part of the TV series, but more part of the movie. She didn't actually appear in the TV series, apart from, I think she appeared in the Justice League cartoon series much later on. And that was like a brief cameo. We also have Man-Bat. He comes with a much larger wingspan. Obviously, I've only put him with these wings at the moment just so he could fit in this this little square. But even with those wings on, he is still an impressive size. And I believe he was in the first episode, and it was quite a good episode. The animation on that episode was beautiful. Next we have the Riddler, who always reminds me, this version always reminds me of James Cagney from the gangster movies. And when you look at his face, there is a look of him. I'm not sure whether they actually designed him on James Cagney or not, to be honest, but he always does remind me of him. We have Catwoman from the New Adventures, nowhere near as good as this version, but like I said, if you're a fan, you've got to have it. Scarecrow, once again, nowhere near as good as this version, but I did quite like this new design for the Scarecrow. In the series, he's actually very creepy. We have Two-Face, which is from the New Adventures. He looks very similar to the other one. You could actually just swap the head around and have more or less the same figure, but this one does look more in sync with the animated style from the New Adventures. The same with Killer Croc here. They completely changed the design on him, making him green. Not a massive fan of this version. I do like that one better, but you know, like I keep saying, if you're a fan of the series, you still love it anyway. We've got Baby Doll there from the episode where she starred with Killer Croc. Here we have Firefly, and we have Batman in his flame-resistant suit. I remember at the time Firefly was quite hard to get hold of, and I'd spent a little bit more than I wanted to on him. And then a couple of weeks later, I noticed that he turned up in a lot of discount stores. I could have kicked myself, but I was glad that I had him. Down here we have the New Adventures, Batman, Nightwing and Robin. Once again, they look like they've been taken directly from the animated series. I never liked Nightwing with a mullet, but at the time he had a mullet in the comic books, so of course he had a mullet in the TV series as well. And next we have Harley Quinn, Bane and Mr. Freeze. I believe this is from the first couple of seasons. I think I've got her on the wrong stand, but I believe she is from the first couple of seasons, and this one is from the New Adventures. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments section, but I think I'm right. Here we have Poison Ivy. Good little figure, but not a scratch on that one. Or is it not a patch? Not a patch on that one. And then we have Zatanna, which I think is a very nice figure. Next we have the Witch Boy, and we have Etrigan. And I always wanted a figure of Etrigan. I wanted the DC Universe one, and I didn't manage to pick it up at the time. So when this one came out, I was quite happy to pick him up for my collection. Moving along, we have Batman of the Future, which is technically a continuation of Batman the Animated Series, and we have Old Man Bruce Wayne. It's a shame we never got a Bruce Wayne in the original animated series figure run, so this is the closest I've actually got, and the detail is absolutely astounding on this figure. Here we have Lois Lane, Superman and Supergirl, who were part of the Batman animated series. They actually did a 3-parter with Lois Lane and Superman in, and Supergirl got her own episode with Batgirl, I believe. Although these are from Superman the animated series, not particularly from Batman, I do still class them as part of this collection because they are the DC animated universe. And then we have the Dark Knight Returns Batman and Robin and the Mutant Leader from that storyline as well, Livewire, and last but not least, Roxy Rocket, which is another obscure little figure. She only appeared in 1 or 2 episodes, I believe. I think she appeared in the Justice League briefly, and I just think the character is really cool. She's like an adrenaline junkie psychopath. I think she's just a really cool character. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this viewing of my Batman the Animated Series collectible figures. There are a few more in the collection that I need, like Hardak is one of them, and there's a few more here and there, like the Riddler from the New Adventures. He's another one that comes to mind, and I would really like to get a animated series Batwing, the big one. Until that day comes, this is what I have, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye bye.